eXp Realty. I am not KvCore. I know my name is wrapped up with KvCore, but I actually work for KvCore, and so does Bartley. Or, I'm sorry, eXp. And so does Bartley. We are techs over at the Tech Outpost. My main role and responsibility is KvCore. I work with our vendors. I work with our broker teams. We do compliance. We do a lot of things. I handle all the escalated issues. Something goes down, I help work with KvCore and our broker teams to get it back up and running. It's a very crazy day-to-day lifestyle that Bartley and I work. It's all over the place, and sometimes you'll even see me at basic tickets. I do help with overflow of every day-to-day tech support issues over at the Tech Outpost as well. I just try to help those guys out, make sure questions are being answered appropriately and everything else. I've been with eXp for almost 2 years now. It'll be my 2-year anniversary in May. It's getting closer and closer. These months are flying by. It seems like just yesterday I was introduced into the world of real estate. It has been a wild ride since then. I have a very high-tech background. I've worked for Apple. I've worked for Geek Squad. I've built computers. A house is full of technology. I've just been very immersed in this, and I gotta say, real estate is something different. It is definitely something that keeps me very engaged. It's different everywhere you go. You can move like just another state away, and it's just completely different than it is in your area. Another MLS, that even crosses lines can be different. And I find that very interesting, very engaging. I'll let Bartley introduce himself as well, so you guys get to know him.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. So I have been with eXp since October 2018, and Tech Outpost as well. Been helping Michelle with the compliance project, which is now turned into the compliance team since about January of last year. So most of my time with eXp has been spent working with compliance. Typically, I handle the audits, the verification of all the KvCore sites, working with the broker teams to make sure the information is correct. A lot of generally boring things that I happen to enjoy because I like data and I like spreadsheets. So it works out well for me. But like Michelle, I've also spent quite a bit of time with Geek Squad, worked in-store, in-home, remotely, and I've also worked at a local repair shop for a few years that specializes in Apple repair. So that's, I'm still getting caffeine in me, so that's about all I've got at the moment.
Yeah, I apologize, guys. My voice, if I pause for a second, so I'm just coughing up a left lung. My kids brought home one of those cooties, and I got hit hard with it. I thought I dodged it. I was like the Matrix over here all year long. My husband was getting sick, the kids were getting sick, and I was just like, yeah, immune system up, I'm winning, and then I got hit hard last week. So you hear me, my voice and all that, and typically I don't sound this rough, I promise. But we're going to get started. So KvCore, what is it? We get this question a lot. A lot of people just don't quite understand what it is or what it comes with. KvCore is a product. So we call it KvCore, and we refer to KvCore support and stuff like that. But that is actually owned by a company called Inside Real Estate. And they own several products. They own Conversion Plus. So if you've been with eXp for many years, you may remember Conversion. It is a separate product from KvCore. They used to be called Conversion. Now they're called Conversion Plus, and and Inside Real Estate owns KvCore. So if you're ever in question, Inside Real Estate is the company, KvCore is the product. KvCore is a CRM, which is a customer relationship management system. If you've been online shopping, you've gone to your grocery store and you have that little discount saver card where you scan and, that's how you get your coupons and everything, then that is, you've been entered into a CRM. That's how you get those emails and everything else. You're shopping online, Bed Bath & Beyond, that little screen pops up, says save 20% today, put in your email. Guess what? CRM. You've been entered in, and that's how you start getting those emails. Same thing with KvCore. You market your website, you're entering in somebody manually, You're putting them into your database to start that automation of sending emails out to them and communications. Primary uses include lead generation. It's all about creating those squeeze pages, those landing pages, and just directing traffic to your site so they opt in. It's putting that information in manually. It's uploading it through, bulk import. It's about grabbing that and then that constant communication out. It helps facilitate that communication via email, text, or even creating calls for you. KvCore has a mobile app dialer that you can download onto your mobile device, and it'll automatically, you have those calls set up, it'll automatically, when you hang up, calls the next one, hang up, calls the next one, and you can set yourself calls and goals and everything with campaigns and with those daily tasks to do that for you, which is really awesome. It helps you manage all types of contacts. It can be Sphere, it can be whatever. It helps you sort those. You can use hashtags. There's a lot going on in KvCore that kind of helps you just manage that database and then facilitate that automated communication with campaigns and everything. And if you're a listing agent, it helps you market those listings. You can create the squeeze pages for them, kind of helps you drive traffic to whatever you're doing. So this is another big question that we get, especially for agents who are joining us. And if you're recruiting guys, it's very important to remember, and I always say this because, we understand that when you're onboarding, and I'm sure a lot of you guys experience this, you guys just get hit with a flood of information like, hey, here's the eXp, wham, and emails just galore. And a lot of people don't realize, because so many accounts are automatically created for you, this is one that is not. This is the only one that's not automatically created for you, and there are steps that you have to do. Account created. It is an optional service because we do understand that agents come to us sometimes with their own CRM. Sometimes they have their own WordPress site or whatever site, and they're happy with that. We would never want to create something that is so embedded with compliance and with rules and regulations, like just attached to it, because obviously it's connected to an IDXP, that would put you up for liability without you knowing about it, So that's why it's an optional service. We want you guys to opt in and make sure that the information's correct when you're clicking and signing up for it. So it's very easy. Guys, you're recruiting, you're brand new, you haven't done this step yet. Once your people are recruited, they can log into Enterprise. It's very easy. You literally log into Enterprise. Left-hand side, like third or fourth option down, it's going to say Optional Services. You click on that. Screen changes, comes up, and it says, talking about opt into KvCore. You click on the Sign Up button. There's a green button there. The next screen comes up. It, tells you what associated MLS, and it's pulling this information from Enterprise. This is the associated MLS board association that you chose during the application process, and it lists that information there. There's some terms and agreements. You just check mark the box once you've read them, once you agree to them, and then click send. That's it. Very easy, like 3 buttons. I think the biggest hurdle we get over is if the information's missing or it's incorrect. Say you get in there, say during the joining process, for whatever reason you weren't a member of a board or association yet, you're in the process of joining, you haven't quite chosen yet, or you put the wrong thing down. You put something that's not an actual IDX fee. Maybe it's a board or association, but they don't provide an IDX fee. Surprisingly enough, there's a lot of places like that, and you it's wrong, and it's wrong, or it's missing, or whatever. It's very easy. You just log out of Enterprise, you hop into eXp World, go over to Agent Transitions Onboarding. So that's your onboarding team. They handle all that information update in there, and just say, hey, I need to update the associated MLS in Enterprise. Get it done. Like a few seconds. Like they go in there, they add, they'll talk to you, see what you're a member of, get that added, and then you log back into Enterprise, and boom, it'll be there. Start, click on Optional Services, go through it, and it'll generate. Give it a few minutes if it doesn't automatically, but the second they get in there and they click those buttons and they hit save on their side, it's instantaneous. It should automatically update and let you get in there. You may have to flush cache or something like that in your browser, but typically it's just a few minutes and you you can complete your thing. So say everything's great, or you get it changed, everything's good, you click that send button. Average account creation time is 7 to 10 business days. So you guys really aren't affected by this because there's not a single subscriber in Pennsylvania. But the reason why that's 7 to 10 business days is some states have what we call a single subscriber. And all that is the MLS requires additional paperwork or fees to be paid directly to the MLS before they'll allow any website to be created that has their IDXB attached. And so and New Jersey is probably, I think, the closest one to you guys that has it. New Jersey, all of New Jersey is like that. They just require additional paperwork and stuff to be initiated by the agent at the MLS level before that. And trust me, if you're a single subscriber, you will get hit with a few emails. You'll get one almost immediately that says, hey, there's going to be a delay in setup. Here's your MLS that you opted in with. Be prepared for additional communication. Then you'll get a second one from KvCore Compliance that says, hey, you opted in with this. Here's who you speak with, and here's who you'll work with. Please fill out any documentation. Please send it here. There's step by step. So people who are single subscriber, there is no questions. The broker teams are fully aware. They're there to help support and everything else. So just in case you guys are recruiting outside your area, just be aware. Some states do. New Jersey is, I think, the one closest to you guys, and really the only one in that kind of northeast corner that has anything like that. But 7 to 10 business days, but the average account truly is far less than that. I do account creations unless I am super sick like I was Friday and called out. I'm here every day and I'm generating them almost every single day. So they should come fairly quick. We just extend that time out because obviously single subscribers are relying on, other parties completing steps and can expand that process. So we don't want to under promise or anything else like that. We don't want to set the expectations it's 24 hours when it may not be. So if for whatever reason 7 to 10 business days have passed and you have not received your welcome email, please stop by the Tech Outpost. They'll check to see if your account was created. If your account was created without a website, please stop by the Tech Outpost. They will get the website added. Sometimes in account creation, because it's kind of automated in the process, things aren't always done, and there's, we spot check them, but going through hundreds of accounts every day for me, is a little impossible. So, if something just happens, just stop by the Tech Outpost. They'll take a peek. A welcome email is sent with your logins via email once the account is completed. So just keep an eye out for that email if you have recently opted in. Like I said, 7 to 10 business days pass, you haven't gotten it, stop by the Tech Outpost. They'll take a look and let you know what's going on with your account. So technical support, this is a big one. Guys, if you need technical assistance, it is broken. It is not functioning, and you want some technical support, there are two ways to get it. You can reach out to eXp Technical Support, or you can reach out to KvCore Technical Support. Our hours of operation are Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Central. You can email us, support@exprealty.com. You can chat with us on expcloud.com. So that chat that's there, that's only for technical support, eXp Technical Support. It doesn't go to any other departments except for our Tech Outpost. And then there's the Tech Outpost in eXp World, and then our knowledge base. If you guys are unaware, we don't outsource. There are only 17 of us at the Tech Outpost. We handle World, chat, and the tickets created. When you email support@eXpRealty.com, we do have our own CRM, and we manage, and it creates a ticket in our queue. So we answer those as quickly as we can. We take people in World as fast as we can. Chats, those are used for remote sessions as well. So guys, if you come into chat and we don't answer, it does create a ticket in our queue. Just sit back and wait for somebody to reach out for you. Sometimes, we're in multiple sessions. So we take care of active agents, onboarding agents who are interested in eXp, who haven't started the joining process yet, people who are applying to work for eXp. So we handle a lot there. So there's always something going on. Just be a little patient with us and give us a little time. If you need to speak to someone, please hop into World and come to the Tech Outpost. Our wait times are very, very small, like typically you take a ticket, like a few seconds later, you're getting pulled. So we don't really have a wait time there. That's always our priority, is people who come into World to talk to us, and then it trickles down from there. KvCore technical support, their hours of operation are Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, they don't really advertise it. They usually might have somebody working on the weekend, but there's only like 1 or 2 people, and they facilitate 25,000 agents of us, plus all the other brokerages. So I wouldn't hang my hat on getting support on the weekends. You can throw your questions out there into their chat, but they may not have a chance to get to you. They get to as many questions as they can on the weekends to kind of help reduce frustration and stuff like that. Just be aware their normal business hours are Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard. If you have email support, you can support at InsideRealEstate.com. That goes to their ticket queue. Like I said, you can chat with them. That's inside your KvCore platform. And then phone support. In that document that Bartley's handing out, please bookmark that and keep that. That has some valuable links in there. You can share that out, that document. Anybody with a link can share it. There's nothing hidden on there, nothing company sensitive or anything else like that. They're all publicly available links. They go to public knowledge bases and stuff like that.
And really quickly, you guys, that link is in the chat box in case you didn't see it.
Absolutely. There is that link to the scheduled call is in there. I believe it's number 5 where it talks about technical support. I have a knowledge base on our support.expcloud.com that has all those links on there and tells you exactly where to go and how to schedule that call. And then obviously KvCore has their own knowledge base, support at InsideRealEstate.com. I love their knowledge base. It's a wealth of information. Always great to kind of go there and dig around and see what's been updated, see what's been added. Love it, love it, love it. It's great. They do a great job of keeping it updated. So here's the next thing. I get, well, Michelle, it's not really broken. It's working. It's doing what it's supposed to be. I don't have, my listings are there. Everything's functional. How do I work it? And this is always a big one. Like, I don't know. It's a lot. And it is. I'm the first person to tell you it is taking me... I've done pretty much nothing but KvCore for a year now, and I am still learning every day about KvCore. I'm still wrapping my head around the functionality of it, and I'm in it, 12, 13, 14 hours a day. I have a very good grasp of it, but it's a lot. It's a lot to, excuse me, 1 second. It's a lot to take in. And there are things out there to help you, though. The big one was what they announced at eXpCon this past October. They have the KvCore Agent Success Plan. It's fantastic. It's broken down into weeks. It's a set of modules. It's broken down into weeks. But what I like about it is they're 2 to 7 minute long videos. They're not hour-and-a-half long videos. I don't know if you guys have gone on to eXp University or anything else like that, or, sat through these things that are an hour-and-a-half long. You're chained to your desk for an hour-and-a-half so you don't miss it, or you're trying to dig through an hour-and-a-half long video to find that one answer you heard but you don't quite remember. These make it easy to follow along, and it's 2 to 7 minutes long, so you're not digging through an hour-long video for that one answer. And then there's reference material. You can download the reference material, checklists, and everything else. And then every week, because they've broken these into 4 weeks, and you can finish these all in one day, guys. You don't have to go week by week. But every section is divided by weeks. There's a live webinar hosted by Inside Real Estate that has Inside Real Estate trainers. And most of Inside Real Estate, too, a lot of them are agents. So they know what's going on, but they do these live webinars that you can register for. Every Monday is week 1, every Tuesday is week 2, every Wednesday is week 3, every Wednesday is week 4. Once you get through the module, once you get through that week, you can register, and you can re-register for those classes. So say, you complete week 1 today, you register Monday, you go in there and ask your questions, and maybe you're going through, and maybe you have some more questions. You can re-register for the following Monday and go back to week 1 class. You're not limited to this. You can go back, be engaged, ask those questions, and be a part of them helping grow this. Just because it was launched doesn't mean it's in its final, stages either. They're growing and they're learning with us, and we're really helping them build out these things. And the cool thing too, guys, is that it's not just the agent success plan. If you have a core team add-on, there's now an admin success plan. If you invite a lender and you request tech support to add them, there's a lender success plan. So you no longer have to teach your lenders about KvCore. They have their own lender success plan that's attached to their free account. And guys, if you ever want to add a lender, email support@exprealty.com. We need lender name, lender email, lender company name, lender phone number. And they get their own free account, and they have access to the lender success plan that's really short and sweet, just tells them what to do. They get their own CRM. Essentially, their account almost looks like yours, except they don't have a website and they don't have an IDX feed attached. So, but they get a CRM. When you share a lead with them, it makes a copy in theirs. So you're not transferring leads, they're just making a copy in their CRM. And then they go in there, they can set up their own campaigns. They can use it. They can use the mobile dialer app and call leads. They can do whatever they want with those leads. They can send out text messages, which is really cool, do the smart number and stuff like that. And just kind of touch base, or they can send out emails. It's a really awesome platform to kind of engage your lenders as well, especially if you work with a handful or even one really closely, to kind of them to help facilitate that information. Or they can just export it and do whatever they want to in their system. But either way, it helps, them on board, like, hey, I've got people interested, why don't you contact them? And they want. They have a success plan too, so you're not worried about trying to train somebody else on KvCore. KvCore's set that up, which I think is 2 thumbs up. That's really awesome. They did that. The next place I'll send you, so you come to me. It's not broken, Michelle, but I need to know how to work it. What about putting these posts on Facebook, and how would you do this? How would you do that? I am not a marketing genius. I'm not a marketing genius. I do not have my own website. I am not a real estate agent. I'm going to send you to KvCore discussions, because there's recorded trainings. There's links to knowledge base articles. But the big thing is you are going to mastermind with thousands of agents. You're going to mastermind with KvCore staff. So people who are, we have a VP of marketing in there. We have the director of customer relations in there. We have the tier 2 tech support in there. And, they're going to answer questions based around, some of these questions. We had a great one the other day where someone was like, hey, I'm struggling with, some ads I'm putting on Facebook. And, other agents came in, they gave some great suggestions, because Facebook changes its algorithms all the time. And, they're driving their own paid for Facebook ads, so they will stack that against you if you're trying to do it without paying Facebook. And they're giving, other agents are in there saying, yeah, I see really good success if you do this without putting the link in the primary post, but you put it in the comments, because Facebook doesn't like this. You get a lot of feedback from agents who are successful because they've changed how they're doing it, and they give you the tips that are successful for them, which I find great. You're getting it from another agent saying, hey, this is working for me, try it out. And then, like I said, you mastermind with KvCore staff, so you may go in there and say, hey, I have questions about campaigns. I'm really looking for, trying to do this, or hey, what's working for people? You'll get, Annalisa will come in there, throw some videos at you. Other agents may come in, Adam Frank, Sylvia Dana. They'll come in there and do it. So as a reminder, guys, KvCore Discussions is for masterminding. It is not for technical support. You have a technical support issue, bring it to technical support. Trust me, we have eyes on that as is. Let's keep it in technical support. Masterminding's for there talking about KvCore. We want to hear your struggles. We want to hear, the good, the bad, everything. Just masterminding's for KvCore Discussions. And then we have live classes in eXp World. So we have my class that I run. I'll be talking about this later today at 1 p.m. Central. That's on eXp Cloud. I do the same kind of technical talk with anybody. If you're recruiting and you want them to know about KvCore, you have somebody who is onboarding and they haven't quite finished, still send them in. They got a guest pass, make them a guest pass. They have a guest pass they can get in the eXp World, send them to my class. It's 1 p.m. Central in the university classroom. And it is on eXp Cloud, by the way. So it's there. And then there's also 2 other live classes. You have the advanced training and the KvCore Q&A. Don't care if you're a beginner, if you're onboarding, advanced, whatever. Please go to all the please go to any classes that you're available for. Stay engaged with KvCore because it's constantly changing. And the more engaged you are, the better you're going to feel about it. No one, expects anybody to be a pro here. We just, the more you're engaged with it, the better it goes. They do hear your voices, and no, things don't always change very quickly because it's a huge system. A lot of things are infrastructure. So they do their best to get these things moving forward, but if you're not engaged in the product, they're not going to hear your voice. So that's all I always ask to anybody is work it, stay engaged, and keep moving forward with it, and you'll have a better time. You'll be a lot more comfortable with it. So now that we've kind of ended this is always the very end. I do a quick Q&A session to see. Let's see.
We had one in the chat from Andrea Cooper.
That's what I'm reading now. Yes, if you guys have any questions right now, would be a good time to start typing those in the chat box.
There be a way to make the address of the home connected to the lead more prominent. That's a good one, Andrea, and that would be a great feature request. Maybe to put that somewhere in there. Excuse me. I'm so sorry, guys. That is a great feature request. So yes, you're correct. Currently inside the lead timeline, it is under, I believe, more details, if I'm not mistaken, and you do have to do some scrolling. That would be a great feature request. So guys, if you don't know how to put in feature requests, when you're inside your KvCore platform, there is that little blue chat bubble. It's the blue circle with the white chat icon in it. If you click on that, if you're in a chat already with someone, just back up at the very top left of that little screen. There's a little back arrow, and once you get back to the main chat area, you'll see a little submit feedback button. If you click on that, that's everybody's suggestions. That's where you do your feature requests. Go through them and see if somebody else has already done that, and if they haven't, go ahead and submit yours. If they have, which there's probably somebody in there, go in there and heart that. They actually have a dedicated person from their development team that goes through those and looks at the highest rated ones. If you're putting one in for the very first time, go promote it. Go promote it in KvCore discussions. Go promote it in your state group and say, hey guys, I see the benefit of this. You guys agree? I've put my stuff in the share feedback. Please, when you get a chance, log into KvCore, click on that, and drive people to it. It gets eyes on it. There's been this, and I'll use the most recent one. If you guys aren't aware of this, let me close this out and I'll show it to you. KvCore recently updated the use of anniversaries and birthdays. So if you go in here to marketing autopilot, guess what's here now? This right here. Before, you couldn't do anything with an anniversary and birthday. If you went to your lead timeline and you entered in their birthday and anniversary, it didn't do anything. You didn't pull anywhere. Guess what? It does now. They heard your voice. They heard it. They heard you guys stamping your feet and saying, listen to us. We want something with this. And now if you go into your CRM and look at that, you can toggle these on and off. You can go in here and do things with them. Now, remember, mine's company admin. I don't know if you guys have the ability to change the template. If you do, awesome. If not, might be. But you just click save once you do that, and each one does something different. So you can toggle them on, toggle them off, whatever. And you can send a text or an email, which I think is fantastic. They heard you guys. And that's what's important, is that you go in there and you drive that there. So, is it currently down right now? I know it was down yesterday. They've been doing some upgrades to it, so it's been going up and down for the past 48 hours. my chat bubble is not there, but it should be the chat bubble. If you click on that chat, and then when that box pops up, if, like I said, if you're in a discussion already, you may have to click on the back button that's up at the top, and then it'll be a blue bar that says feedback, and I can show you what that looks like. Yeah, so there's the chat bubble there, and you may have to click on the little icon right there, that little back button right there, and then it's the share feedback. It'll be on that main screen. And this is what it looks like, guys. You go in here, you can click, you can look at them, you can see what's under review. That means that a developer has looked at that and that they're reviewing the validity of it. Please vote on them if they're under review. Please vote on them if they're not. Go through, you can see how many pages there are and everything else. You can share your own feedback in there. And, try to be as concise as you can. But this is the knowledge base for it right here. Look at it. Absolutely.
I have a question for agents, Michelle.
Sure.
What is the easiest way that you have seen it is for like a newer agent or an agent that's more inexperienced with KvCore to set up a campaign? Is there like some kind of video or something that's like a step-by-step that walks one through it?
There is. Let me see. Let me check out. Where's my Annalisa stuff?
Because you guys, you all should have campaigns, especially if you have any leads in KvCore. You should have them set up on some kind of campaign, so you're giving them touches from time to time.
All right, so Annalisa has a whole web series. Guys, if you have not encountered Annalisa on KvCore discussions, she is fantastic. She is super awesome. Sometimes she'll do live webinars. Like if she starts getting a lot of responses in a chat, she'll instantly do a live webinar. But she has a whole web series on YouTube that I really like. And I'll link you guys this one here. Go through her whole web series. Another one that I really like is her. And there's that link right there to that video, and that's her smart campaigns, templates, triggers, tasks. Oh my, absolutely. That's where you want to start with this. Campaigns is all about hitting your leads the second, so you're not having to stop what you're doing during the day, because we know real estate agents are busy. When you're in your marketing autopilot, it is this right here. You should have at least a basic campaign that starts when a new lead registers for your site, that it just says hi to them. If it does nothing else, it just says, hey, thank you for visiting my website. So that way, if you're out showing a home, or you're not by your phone.
Hi everyone, this is Annalisa with Inside Real Estate, and I wanted to welcome you to our KvCore.
You have something that automatically does that. You have something that's just saying, hey, thank you for taking the time to not only look at homes on my site, but also register on my site. You can set up campaigns for yourself. They don't have to be just for leads. You can set up campaigns for yourself to hold yourself accountable. These are my goals for the year. This is my goal for this quarter, and I'm going to send myself text messages and reminders, or just an email that says, hey, you got this, and this is what you need to do. Remember, these are your goals and stuff like that. You can set up smart campaigns to, if you have an accountability buddy you're doing stuff with, maybe another agent or somebody else. It can be for anything. That's what I like about campaigns. Yes, start off with a campaign. That is a great video right there. She has a whole series. So does Sylvia Dana on YouTube. I like Sylvia's stuff. I think she's adorable. And she's an agent. She's very good at what she does, and she has her own Shazam series, which I like. Does a lot of live stuff. She has her own Facebook group. It is agent run. She is just an agent, and it's called CRM for Dum Dums. Guys, don't mind the name. It is not for dum-dums. I'm in that group. I help answer questions when I can. I do my best to go in there and kind of do more tech related questions and stuff like that. But her and Adam are great. They do a great job. I like that she has all of this stuff. I think it's really awesome that she takes time out of her day to help people be successful. I know Adam Frank, I don't think he has any videos, but I know he goes around and he does, classes and stuff like that. I know if you ever have questions, he's really awesome. He'll answer them, whether you're going into CRM for Dum-Dums or you're coming on to KvCore discussions. He'll answer them. He'll answer them very truthfully. So I like that. They're very visible, clear people when you talk to them. There's like no bones about it. They don't ever sugarcoat anything. So, but yeah, she has a whole great series too, and I've watched the majority of them, and I like them. They are spot on with the stuff that she goes over. And if you just type in Sylvia Dana into YouTube, you will find her in her Shazam series. So it's all free, and like I said, she's fantastic. I love her, and all of her videos are also up on her CRM for Dum-Dums, and you can join that group. I believe it's open. I don't even think you have to click join. You just go like bookmark it, and you're in there, and you can watch all her videos.
Okay, so I think there's one last question from Marianne. Are the 30-day valuations working correctly?
So they do. Something to keep in mind with 30-day valuations is that KvCore uses a third-party company. So they don't generate this information and keep it internally. They use a third-party company that uses tax information. So I'm not sure how your taxes work in your area with when people purchase a home, if they're required to go down to the local assessor or whatever and report the most recent purchase price of their house. It is not that way where I live. It's not that way in a lot of places. Some places they can't even report that information. So it's just very dependent if the laws require the people to do that, and if they don't. Places where it is required, the valuations are spot on. Places where it's not, it can vary. I guess the best thing to do with valuations is really kind of use that to stick your foot in the door and use that as a springboard to talk more about it. We had a really good agent who'd say, I don't care if it's right or if it's wrong or whatever. It's the fact that I can use that to stick my foot in the door and say, hey, why don't we set up a meeting? Hey, why don't I give you a call and we'll really deep dive into this? This is just a general guess at what your area may or may not be. So let's really deep dive on this if you're in question about it, or you have concerns, or you have, just want to sit down and talk. It was a way for them to kind of just get in there. And that's what this is for. So, no, they may not always be right. They should be going out, though.
All right. Does anybody else have anything else? All right. Thank you, Michelle and Bartley, for attending our meeting.